everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode where we explore latest breakthroughs and future possibilities. Joining us today is a young entrepreneur who is making waves in the edtech sector and revolutionizing learning experience for students. Please welcome Swati Rishita, the CEO and founder of Innovation Learnings Private Limited. Hi Swati, thank you for joining us today. Hi. Firstly, I would like to congratulate for your remarkable achievements at such a young age. I mean, it's commendable how you established a startup focused on the core flaw of education system, which is the lack of practical knowledge. But before knowing about your startup, I would like to know about your journey. I mean, when did you decide this is the something that you would like to venture in?
First of all, thank you for having me here, Vanshika. It's
a pleasure.
Pleasure for me too. If you ask me about my journey, I have been very passionate about technologies, right, from when I was in my 11 and 12.
Okay.
I was from Johnson Grammar, CBSE.
Okay.
So there we had C language and C++. So it was something that was very interesting. Apart from this physics and chemistry, they were always boring for me. More specific,
boring for everyone.
Yeah. So that was the one subject or class that I always attended. Rest of them I was just bunking. And later when I came to my degree, I realized, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to learn more about these technologies. I want to build something for myself. And technically we had HTML, CSS, all these in our third year of the degree. But because I was that very curious about them, basically, I started exploring. I learned from YouTube a few channels, which I don't suggest right now because we provide those courses now. But yeah, I started learning and I built the first website for myself, the portfolio.
Wow.
Where it talked about my skills and what my achievements are. I was a basketball player.
Oh,
so there was one picture and a video of mine. So I put those on my portfolio website, and it was something that was giving me a challenge. At the same time, it was so much fun. And more, if you ask me, once I finished that thing, I showed it to my mom, my relatives, and everybody. Everybody were like, "Oh my God, she's so great! She built a website for herself." I thought, okay, I just did one, and that was fun also. And I thought, okay, okay, I'll just start building more. And suddenly the wave of COVID came. So I got a little, diverted. I started writing something. I started writing books and I thought maybe that was my passion. Then I got this offer from Topper Coder.
Okay.
So those people were like the boom back then in COVID. They used to teach the programming for
everything.
Small kids. So I got offers from there and I joined. So I was getting nice money, almost around 40,000.
Oh, that's great.
That was at the age of
exactly. Yeah.
So I had ample amount of money, and I thought, okay, see, that's again, let's go back to square one. So I started coding again. I was teaching USA and Canada students.
Okay.
And it was so much fun, too much money, bought myself everything. A year passed like that. But the zeal for the programming languages and everything was still intact. Later, it was acquired by Byju's.
Okay.
So I maybe I was also laid off once in my lifetime. So that thing happened. Then I completed my degree by then. I was just thinking what to do. Like, this is my passion. But I always knew I'm not a 9-to-5 person. I don't know. Somehow I don't see myself going into an office, staying there and
drama.
Yeah, I don't think I am that dramatic. So I thought, okay, let me explore. Then I got the opportunity to be the CRT trainer, campus recruitment trainings that happen in engineering colleges. So out of blue that happened. So it was almost 9 o'clock and one of my friend texted, hey, somebody is looking for a trainer. Would you like to? I thought, okay, okay. They said they would pay me around 4,000 per day. I said, if I am getting that much in 6 hours, I'm ready to go.
Nothing bad, yeah.
So I went to CMR. That was my first day. And the response I got, that's what they were literally of my age, honestly speaking.
wow.
They never knew that, but yeah, thanks to me looking a little older, but
Not at all. Look at you.
so yeah, I went, I gave my first class, and I absolutely loved it. I loved teaching, I loved interacting. It was a class of almost 350 students.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they happen in the auditoriums, and it was truly wonderful. And I thought, then I decided, see, if I'm doing something in my life, it's only teaching. No 9 to 5, no coding, nothing. I will learn the technologies and I want to teach it to people. So I did that work. I was the CRT trainer for quite a while, almost a year and a half. Then I thought, if I could do this, and I know that somewhere I had a lot of leadership qualities. So I always want to be the boss. So okay, let me
Be the boss.
yeah, be the boss. But still, somewhere you know, Indian parents, they always, and right now though, it's the trend, right, that you should go to USA, UK, and you know,
Build your career.
on big amount. So ठीक है, I applied and I got in the university and everything. After that, I was just questioning, like, do I really want to go? Like, yeah, so I don't do laundry, I don't do anything. Why would I even want to go there, do all my own laundry when my mom does that for me, and I can also stay here and well. So I thought, okay, I just dropped out of the idea from going to Greenwich or Edinburgh. They were literally my dream universities. But I thought, nay, मेरे को नहीं जाना, and I
Start bigger goals in mind. But
Yeah.
I mean, just talking about Indian parents, I mean, you know, giving up your degree, you know how Indian parents are. They're like, you're giving up your degree, you're giving up your entire career. Was it a difficult decision for you?
decision though I made very easy. That's how I just
Irrespective of the consequences.
बिना सोच समझ के also, maybe I can say that, but convincing my parents was quite a bit of drama. That has
That
to be
comes
done.
with Indian parents now. That drama comes with them.
That has to be done. Thanks to my sister, like I have an elder sister.
Okay.
So she's the wall that, like, you know, she's the forte I am having. So if my parents are saying anything, see, you did this with Didi, it didn't work out. You got her married. So that's not in my list. So this is what I want to do, and I had to convince them for a week or so. But finally, they are a little supporting and understanding, but took time. Even now, my mom sometimes says, "See, had you gone to UK, you would have been earning in pounds." I said, "No, I'm happy with rupees or whatever I was getting. So I don't have."
But at least when you're coming back, at least you're satisfied, you're happy with what you're doing. I think that matters more.
And one thing is that, Vanshika, convincing, if you are able to convince at home what you want to do, I think there's nothing stopping
The
you.
biggest win. I
Seriously.
I know.
And that's what I realized after, like, you know, almost 2 years. If I didn't, most of the girls more specifically, they think like, why should I do this drama right now? My parents, they will be dramatic sometimes. They will cry and all, but you need to give them that thing, because what they saw back then is not right now, right situation. So, okay, there was some drama that happened.
But they finally agreed.
Yeah, they agreed.
Okay, now here you are.
Yeah.
And Innovation has come into being because of this only, thanks to the drama and everything, but it went into good thing only. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Novations, tell us more about it. Like, what are its offerings? What does it bring to the table? What is all about it?
Okay, so like I said, I was working as the CRT trainer.
Yeah.
I saw one gap, that is, though there are trainers coming from outside, though there is faculty, there are a lot of resources, yet the students don't know, like, let's say they are learning Python. They don't know how Python has to be utilized to build something.
And they're
that
gaining
is the
just the
gap.
theory knowledge and not the
Yeah.
practical.
They're not having that practical knowledge. How do they put things into practicality? And that is when I thought, see, if I can teach like this, why not teach it in the right way? So I won't have the freedom of doing it in some other company, but I can have that in my own, right? So all the things that Novation does is trying to take students into the technical, world where they learn these technologies, they try to adapt to them, and they understand each and everything that they are learning. They put them into practice. That is what we try to do.
Okay.
All of our trainers and all the students who completed their courses also, they'll come with nothing. They'll go with something built for themselves. Like I just said, the portfolio. Most of the students, they want to build portfolio. Like if you take the situation right now, there are so many no-code websites, using
no-code, yes.
no-code tools. But building something from scratch, like using that tag of HTML and you doing something and using a no-code one, it's two different things. So that is what I'm trying to give to the students also. When they build something for themselves, they'll have that happiness, and that will bring the zeal to do more, and more. So that's what Novation basic idea of it is. Every student should know or should get the ability to build something using the technologies that they are learning already in their colleges or schools, for that matter. And the other thing that I saw was, no matter how many communities or student clubs are there, there is always a gap between the network. You see, network is everything right now. If you know somebody somewhere and you want that person to talk to you or be there as the help, it all depends on how you built it, right? And building that pathway or building that community where the students can come together, they can collaborate on the projects that they are learning, and they are trying to build something extraordinary. So Novation is trying to become that platform where they can get access this network of peers. We have the mentors, and we are having the support system. That is, let's say, when I say support system, I mean the companies that we are in collaboration with.
Okay.
So if they want to go for an internship, or if they just want to talk to the
leaders or industry experts.
Yeah. So we are providing that platform. So it's basically a one-stop where they could just come, they can explore the technologies, get the knowledge, and everything is there right here. So that is what I wanted to build, and it is still in
process.
Yeah.
So, I mean, any workshops in pipeline, any events? I mean, I know Techno How, it was a big hit. It just happened 2 months back. But I just want to know, if there's someone who's not able to attend the workshop, what can they expect?
Okay. So, our workshops, like I said before, they're completely hands-on experience.
Yeah.
Right? So, and we are planning on many more such events and summits like Techno, where we are trying to bring all that entrepreneurial mindsets together, and they will build something, like a viable product that can be turned into a very big business. So we are planning to do this under the name of Incubate India.
Okay.
So we want to do it on a national scale. The upcoming one could be by the end of this month. In June, we're planning to invite IT Minister and everyone that could add more and more value
into. Yeah.
And Techno, as you have mentioned, it was something that even I thought it wouldn't go that great. Like the response we got, and we were able to bring 2 IAS officers on the stage, them sharing their knowledge, and it was truly wonderful. So the upcoming workshops, right now we are going to host in MLRIT College in Hyderabad, and there are many more colleges that we are in collaboration with, and they are going to be happening in the coming months. And there are multiple things planned for the online version also, and for the school students, we are planning this Olympiads, which are going to be focused on the technologies only. And they are also based on writing down the code, and they'll be having a workshop. They'll attend the workshop, and they'll be attending the Olympiad. So this also we're planning on a national level. So yeah.
What do you think, like these workshops, as in, I know they provide, expansive knowledge of technology and coding and everything. How do you feel they help children in real life? I mean, when it comes to, working or the employer expectations, do you feel these kind of learnings, they hold value?
Yes, absolutely, honestly. You see, right now, there are layoffs, definitely. But mostly they are being laid off because there is a skill gap. The technology has it has taken such a big leap that now we are literally it's like we are running so fast, yet we are not being able to reach till that level. And that is more specifically because of the the routine curriculum that has been set in our schools or colleges, anywhere.
It's the standard
It's the standard one. But now it's time for that change,
Exactly.
Post-COVID, there have been a lot of changes. Digitally, if you take, or economically, if you take, everywhere there is a lot of change. And right now, what I think is, it is now time for us to change everything from scratch, right from schools to colleges. What we have been learning was the regular web dev, right? But now we have prompt engineering, we have AI. AI is like the boom right now.
Exactly.
We have blockchain, we have Web3. There are so
ML, everything. Yeah.
everything. And yet the students are still a little backed out. Like, they are still learning the same web dev in the same old way, which is not right. So,
because it is that traditional mindset that takes over. Now you have to take those, tried and tested streets. So that's why you do not want to experiment and explore. But I agree with you. It's very important for us to, just change the routes. Now it's time to.
So, with these technologies that we are providing, it's the same technology, but the way you are learning it is different. So we are trying to bridge that skill gap. And I am expecting innovation to be that, that bridge for every student in India to, go and, what do we say? Reduce that skill gap and, boost up their careers. We want to be that bridge. And we have to see how far we'll be able to do that.
I mean, but I agree. Innovation by far also, given the amount of, the quantity and quality of the workshops that they have been providing. I mean, it's actually helping students achieve a lot and, just go over and just, deceive the traditional learning, which is just theoretically based, and focus on the practical learning as well.
Right.
So how do you feel innovation in the future of learning, how it is going to be the, that key instrument for students to achieve that kind of growth?
Okay. So, like I mentioned, we are that bridge that they will need. So, with our collaborations with the colleges and schools that we are doing right now, we will be the factor who is teaching them. That means we are trying to change the way they are learning. Apart from their, regular teaching and standard methodologies, we are going to be that, that change or shift in the learning method. So that way, and because with our companies that we are in collaboration with, they are having that free access to the real-time working people also. So they can explore and they'll see what is what, and it's just a direct pathway.
Yes.
So I personally, I mean, sometimes I might brag about it also, but I personally see innovation learning is going way, way far.
So do you feel like, you dropping masters for this particular thing is, going well? I mean, it just bearing you the fruits, the kind of thing that you expected?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's no easy job for sure, but I am loving the hardships that are coming in my way because I knew this would be this tough, like meeting hundreds of people every day, talking to thousands of students every day, and doing multiple things, multitasking all the time, day in, day out. And sometimes I barely even sleep for like 3-4 days at a stretch. And it is tough for me sometimes, but I am totally
that the perks and cons of being a budding entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But like any particular challenges that you face that were like, that turned into a very big hardship for you?
Challenge. So initially, I almost went till that stage where I thought, see, I dropped out of the university unnecessarily. I think it's high time I would go back. And that is because when we started out as giving the workshops for the school students, and every place we went, the colleges, and I personally went, okay, back then I didn't have any team. I had nobody. I had like only one friend of mine. So I have a Jupiter scooty. So we would just both go, and we literally roamed all of Hyderabad. Literally all of Hyderabad. We know every gully that is there in Hyderabad. And we went to every school. Trust me, like almost like 200 schools we went, and it was summer. From maybe mid-March to the complete April. We went, we were roaming. And the only thing we had to convince the principals were, we were not young. We can do what we are saying.
But there is a thing, na, principals would have considered you naive, or you don't have the...
They are in such a denial.
Yeah.
I mean, I for once, I almost got so pissed off, like, why are you seeing my age rather than my work? And that was really a very concerning thing. Like, nowadays, we have so many budding entrepreneurs, and if leaving their work, leaving their dream, if they have to sit down and convince everybody that, see, I'm not young, I'm capable of it. That is almost stupidity, right?
Yeah.
That was something that I got very irritated, and I got like, why? Like, I have a work, I have experience teaching people, and it's not like I had an IT job and everything, and now I'm coming into teaching. I had proper 3-4 years ka teaching back then on. But something that I hate it even now.
But like, was it easier convincing school principals or college ones? I mean, where did you find this, this is so difficult, I can't do this?
School principals.
Because,
like they have, first thing is, I have to convince them that these technologies are important for school students more rather than college
students. We have to start it right.
Yeah. That is the foundation for them.
But their concern would have been like, you're going to mess with the curriculum, which is also...
Yeah, they have too many things on plate, and
we can't incorporate this. Yeah.
But yeah, now they only call me for guest lectures and everything. So, okay, fine. I mean, once we are past that threshold, I think it's fine. But, containing yourself till that threshold and not giving up and, being that consistent person, it took long, honestly.
Okay. So any advice for the upcoming entrepreneurs, like what should they hold on to and they should not lose their hope?
Okay. If I don't personally think I am still that big entrepreneur that I can give advice. I just have a 3-year experience. But if you ask me, I would say being that consistent person and not giving up because somebody said something. Because लोग कहते हैं, लोगों का काम है कहना. So it's fine. I mean, people will tell, until and unless you trust what you're doing and you think this is going to work out. I think it's not right to give up. And one more thing I would like to say is, there will be a constant pressure from your family. That will be there. But you should simultaneously convince your family, convince your society, convince the customers that you're having, and you should just keep going, and one point you will get it.
Okay, so now let's have a quick fun session. So I'm going to ask you quick rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
And you just have to answer them in one word or two.
Shucks.
Okay, so favorite part of your job?
Talking to people and students.
Not so favorite part of your job?
Waking up early in the morning.
Okay, one word for Novation.
Everything that a student wants.
One hashtag for Novation.
#Novated.
Vision for Novation in one word.
In one word?
Yeah.
Is it just a word or can I use a phrase?
Okay, go ahead. Use a phrase.
Something that India is waiting for.
Okay. And according to you, one key ingredient to success for the budding entrepreneurs?
Consistency.
Okay. Thank you so much, Swati. It was really fun. It was an absolute pleasure having you here.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thank you for having
Thank you so much. Thank you.